Hi, Patrick. This is Jim Gillis with Win My Vote, and thanks so much for the quick reply. So, Win My Vote is a national voter engagement site. At least that's what we're calling it right now. It's very new, and we're still throwing around some names. We're wondering if that one's going to stick moving forward. It's just that voter engagement site is not very entertaining or engaging or catchy at all. But what it is sort of everything, civic engagement, right? So Facebook is everything social engagement. Win My Vote is everything civic engagement. And right now we're focusing on the election, obviously. And we're also focusing on the San Francisco ballot. That's the one that's the fullest and the most developed. Now, that said, we're also doing the national student parent mock election. So we have ballots in all 50 states with the president's race and then the state executive offices and then the congressional districts in each one of the districts of the schools that are participating in the mock election. And right now we're probably up to about between 40 and 45,000 teachers and then somewhere north of 100,000 participants. And some of them are doing it online and some of them are printing out our ballots and doing it on paper. So the exact number is hard to grab. But that said, the way that it works is that candidates go up and they build their own profile the same way they would build their own Facebook page or LinkedIn account or Twitter account or their own online dating account. And then they would apply to the race that they're running in. So as a voter, I just type my zip code in. That zip code places me in specific voting districts. And if there's not a match or if there's an overlap or if there's two different districts in the same zip code, we have some links on the sign up page to make sure you can see a map and pick out your house and make sure you're in the right district. And with that, we can give you a ballot from the national level to the state races, to the congressional districts, and then state Senate and state assembly districts down to the county, and then city races, board of supervisors, city council, all the way down to your local school board. And again, since the candidates themselves are building their own profiles, as a voter, I can look at Ian's profile here. I can see some of the endorsements that he has. I can listen to him and let him tell me personally why he wants to win my vote.
Government, of leaders, of public leaders, to empower people, help people reach their maximum potential. Some people need a lot of help, some people not that much, and that's fine, that's great, but
yeah, and I know as a libertarian, because I lean that way as well, just that example of somebody saying, essentially everybody needs help, some just a little, some more, is kind of ironic, right? That, how about some people, none at all? But anyway, so you get an idea, of who this candidate is, and if you like him, you can favorite him. And if you favorite him, when you go back to your ballot, he is, indicated as your favorite. He's green here. You can see how he's doing here. This is a number of, favorites on this ballot. But as a voter, I can access this on my cell phone or my tablet, and I can walk over to the polling place, and now I know all my favorites, and I can kind of just take dictation. But the reason I designed this, with third party and lesser known candidates and underfunded candidates and underfunded parties, is because it really does become the level playing field. So Ian can be worth, he can be a tech sweetheart and worth $10 million, and Rachel here can be a part-time librarian that's running for school board. And the fact is that that Ian's going to get a couple of minutes of my time, and then Rachel's going to get a couple of minutes of my time. And let me see, I should probably use a better example than that. Let's see here. Yeah, here's a good one. Nancy Pelosi and Preston Pickens. These guys are going to get, both of them will get a couple of minutes. Oops, sorry about that. I'm in admin mode, so it did that.
In California, only 2 candidates make it to the general election. In the race for Congress in California's 12th district, it's myself and Nancy Pelosi. No one else. Congresswoman Pelosi, I know you've avoided debating your opponents for the last 30 years, but debate is the heart and soul of a functional democracy. I urge you to meet me in a debate.
And you can say,
I will meet with you
anytime. I
anytime.
think that you're right. There's also, you can see some of his tweets here, and then he has, some issue statements here. Well, he can drill down into a little bit more details, about his candidacy. And again, if I like him, I just favorite him, and then I go back, And after giving, and I don't really need to give Nancy Pelosi a couple of minutes. I know her very well. So with that, and sorry about the speed of this. This is more my tablet with the video capture software running on it. So with this, I can say, you know what? Yeah, Preston's my favorite, and that's how I'm going to vote. And again, I know that his campaign has probably spent $10,000, and I'm not even sure if she's campaigning. But if you look at it, she's into the tens of millions of dollars of free coverage and name recognition, etc. And I'm going to give him a couple of minutes. And if this was a primary, I'd love to see the Green Party and the Libertarian Party, people right here as well. So I can give each one of them a couple of minutes as well. And since it's national, I look at parties like the Libertarian Party to say, reach out to all of your members, have them create a profile, have them get on the ballot, have them reach out to as many people as you possibly can, tell them to go here. It's a level playing field, it's fair, and if we can replace the voter information guide that's mailed out with this format, then you're on every voter information guide pamphlet in the country, speaking directly to the voters and getting a fair shot at everyone's vote that is on the site. So I'd love to talk with you more about it. There's a ton of other features. We do all of the propositions here with a summary and a neutral reading, and then these groups and organizations and parties and individuals that are voting yes and no, they're called trusted sources. So you can see here the California Libertarian Party, they didn't do a written endorsement or a video endorsement, but they're voting no on Proposition 55. This would be an example. Let me see if this is a good example. Nope. This would be a good example of a video and written argument or endorsement for no on Proposition 55. Oops, sorry about that. This looks like it's just a written, but we can fix that. There we go. Sorry about that.
When does temporary mean temporary? Well, it doesn't here in California when it comes to money and taxes. We passed Proposition 30 back in 2012, which was a 7-year tax during the Great Recession.
And anyway, so Ethan goes on and explains why this is a horrible proposition and to vote no on it. And I really like him. He's a local radio show radio host. And I say, okay, great, and then I click no on that, and I go back to my ballot, and then you can see the Proposition 55 is no there, and I move on to 56 and 57 and 58, etc., etc. And there's other features that I can share with you, but this video is getting really good. So would love to talk with you though. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.